Hello, hello. We are on day 5. So you are on the last day of Get Shit Done first thing in the morning. And so I'm going to kind of recap a little right now. I'll go through day 5. We'll recap again, and then we'll talk just for a few minutes. So, first of all, we have spent the last 4 days talking about how to get shit done first thing in the morning. I am a huge believer that in order to get things done, you need to get yourself into a routine, some sort of routine where you feel like you're connected to what you're doing, where things become easier because it's second nature, right? And so that's creating a habit. Once we've done that, our day flows better. We're in line with what we want to do for the day because we're consciously aware. I think where we get into the most trouble is when we fly by the seat of our pants and we're just not aware of some of the different things that we do. I've been listening to some podcasts from business owner and $1 million earners and people that have just started earning $1 million in the last year and the different ways that they have to level up. And so this is your first round of leveling up, is to get things straight. So day 5 is all about movement and how important movement is. Where does movement fit in for you? Now, I used to get up, I used to roll out of bed and go and work out. And I don't do that anymore because I'm doing classes and they're at specific times. So I work out at 7:30 and 8:30. So I'm usually up between 5 and 6. And I do this part of my morning, except there's one thing that I do every morning before I even go work out. So that is why I think movement is so important. And I'm going to give you a couple other reasons why it should be important to you too. First of all, your body's made up of about 600 muscles, which contribute 40% of your body weight. So by moving and strengthening your muscles, it improves your stability, it improves your balance, and it improves coordination. As we get older, we're going to need all those things. So we might as well start now. Also, movement helps to build durable and denser bones. So you're less likely as you get older to have broken bones. And one thing I want to talk about walking real quick. I found this interesting. Walking 30 to 40 minutes a day, 3 times a week can help you regrow the structures of your brain linked to cognitive decline. 30, 40-minute walk 3 times a week. Doesn't have to be first thing in the morning. Absolutely not. But let's make an effort to do those things. When you link everything back to your brain, remember I told you it is the most powerful in your thoughts. It's also the most powerful in your body. So let's think about those things. The first thing I do every morning, and I started this, let me think about this. 1, 2, 3, 4 months ago. Was stretching every morning. I felt like I was about 100 years old when I would get up in the morning. I would be like bent over, pain in my back, my legs. And so I started using a foam roller at night. But then in the morning, before I did a whole lot of anything else, I would get up and stretch. And just different stretches for different parts of my body. I carry a lot of tension in my shoulders. I'm also a stomach sleeper, and I sleep with my arms up all the time with one tucked under my pillow. So my shoulders are always tensed up. So I started doing stretches for my shoulders, and I started doing stretches for my back and hips. You can find a million different stretches online. You just have to find what works and what feels good for you. And it's just kind of based on where you feel broken, in my opinion. So stretching is the one thing that I do every single morning without fail. So it wasn't until 4 months ago that I started that. I will tell you, I feel completely different, thankfully, and my body is not as beat up. So that was huge to me. But if you're like me before I started doing this, and I did it on the recommendation of my chiropractor, who's like, you got to start doing something. But there's other things you can do. You can do squats while you brush your teeth, so it gets blood flowing throughout your body. You can have a dance party in the kitchen with your kids when you're making breakfast or whatever before you walk out the door. So you just need to find a way to get movement in. I'm not sure what you're going to choose. I'm not sure what that looks like for you, but I do know that it works. So we've talked about some things that you may have thought when you signed up for this, that you were going to get some very different information. Here's what I've learned. Is over the years, I've had different parts of my routine, and it wasn't until I started putting them all together that I felt more in control of my time, more convicted in my boundaries. My willingness to do other things shrunk. Like I got a lot more focused. And I believe it was because I was much more intentional about how I set up my mornings and what I did first thing in the morning. So the things that we've covered were, number one, hydration. You guys go back and watch on Tuesday if you missed all about hydration. There's so much information about how good hydrating is for you and how desperately our bodies need it. So do that. Day 3 was Wednesday, and we talked about getting your mind straight and the things that you can do for personal development. And sorry, I'm looking for my notes here. And I've got like 3 pages that I read off for hydration. Oh my gosh. Getting your mind straight, taking some stress out of it. Find things that you like to do. This is never supposed to be a punishment. That is not what this is about. And it's not forcing you to do something. What I want you to do is be excited to get up in the morning and do these things. And the sooner that you start, the better. So like I told you, I get up, I brush my teeth, I drink 30 ounces of water. Then I come into my office, I start the coffee pot. I come into my office and I do my gratitudes every day. So I jot down 3 to 5 things every single day that I'm thankful for. I think everybody should do gratitudes, because the more thankful we are for what we currently have, the more willingness that the universe is going to give us more, because we're thankful for what we already have, right? So don't take things for granted, jot them down. Some mornings when I'm doing my gratitudes, it's that I am thankful to hear the birds outside. Some mornings it's something that's gone on with my family, or something that's with somebody I met or people that I was around. It doesn't matter. You just need to be sure that you're thankful for it and speak it out loud. Prayer. If you're a praying person and you want to pray in the morning, you can add that in. If you do affirmations, if they're your thing, then you need to do affirmations first thing in the morning. And I gave you tips for creating affirmations, so that's on day 3. Meditation. If that's your thing, then you need to meditate. Some people use the Calm app. Dang, I meant to look at my apps to see which app I use. But you can use apps that you can set for certain minutes. Meditation is extremely hard for me. I have a hard time shutting off my brain to do that, but it's something I'm working on. So I do 5 minutes, and I don't do it every day, but I do it when I need to get centered and I need to let go of whatever was going on and come back to it. And then journaling. You can use prompts. You can just do brain dumps. You can write about whatever you want. Just to give you some idea, and I have a bazillion prompts, but you can find prompts on Pinterest. You can Google prompts, but I do brain dumps on thoughts that I have about my investing or investing in myself. What changes would I like to see in my business, and what have I been afraid to do? What am I avoiding, or what am I ashamed of? What do I want my business to look like 1 year from now? What choices will I need to make? Who is my ideal client? What does she need to hear? I make notes about content creation. What do I want my different things to look like? What do I want to be known for? How do I add value? So I just write and write. So just choose different things and write. Journaling reduces stress, keeps your memory sharp, boosts your mood, works through issues, and it strengthens your emotional intelligence. So then we talked about how to get your energy going. What do you do in the morning to get your energy going? I will tell you the number 1 killer of energy is hitting the snooze button. So yesterday I went over this. We talked about things you can do to get your energy going. And some of those things are listening to podcasts, finding podcasts that you like. If you don't know, ask in this group or ask in my larger group, podcasts that people listen to. Read a few pages in a personal development book. Doesn't matter what book, it's what you're interested in. So do that because it always makes you feel better to be learning. Have a playlist. I have a Spotify playlist. It's called my Badass playlist. I think you can go in there and find it. But it's a playlist that'll pump you up. Have songs available that when you hit a wall, you can play them and it immediately kicks you out of there. I'm a firm believer in when you get stuck in a cycle in your head about something that you can snap yourself out of it. So be thinking about those things. And then movement being the next thing. What types of movement can you do first thing in the morning to get your blood flowing? So we've done all these things to get you ready and focused for a great day. Okay. I will tell you that no matter how prepared you are, shit's going to hit the fan, right? There's going to be days where things just happen and you have a hard time bringing them back and getting that control back. And that's where someone like me can come in. When you have a life and a business coach that can come in and that you can talk to, that can see different things that you may not even be aware that you're thinking or that you're saying, it's huge. It can open up a whole new world to you, and it makes a huge difference. I did not believe in coaching until I actually hired my first coach. I've been in one group coaching scenario. I've had my one-to-one coach. I hired her on for another 6 months. And then I also am in a mastermind. So I believe 110% in the power of coaching and the power of learning. But what I do is hold space for you. I don't figure things out for you. That's not my job. My job is to listen to you, to ask you questions, to get you to start trusting yourself, trusting your judgment, and having you make decisions. And as you make new decisions, your perspective grows and grows. And you can't shrink back from that. And that's what's amazing. So you can continue to grow and grow. So if you've ever wanted to know what in the world it's like to work with a coach, all you have to do is schedule a discovery call. A discovery call is where you and I talk about your goals, your business, if you have one, your dreams, what your obstacles are, what I see standing in your way just from talking to you for those few minutes, and then how I can help and what it's like to work together. Just so you know, I do offer one-to-one coaching. It is for 6 months. It's 45 minutes a week. I send you a calendar link and you book out your times for the month, and then we talk. So I promise it's beneficial. And you'll be astounded, as I was, at the things that you can get out of your head and start to accomplish when you take things off your plate and realize what's important to you. So anyway, one-to-one, 45 minutes. Like I said, you also have access to me via Facebook Messenger. You can go into Messenger and send me messages at any time. If you're somebody who needs accountability, I'm more than happy to help you do that. And it's $2,500 for the 6 months. So if you would like to chat, I would love to hear from you. I hope you have an amazing weekend. I can't wait to hear what some of the things are that you've implemented and what you're finding and how your mornings are going. And do they make you more focused to get things done? Because I know for me, they very, very much have. And I've approached things very differently now. I didn't give you all the tips and tricks. Nope, because there's just too many and we're all so different. But I wanted to give you a basis and an outline and a frame for you to work from. So I hope that you have a great Friday, rest of your Friday, and I will see you on our page. So I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.